I just went down the rabbit hole of red pill content, and it's so crazy because the men who watch red pill content, they all have this same outlook where even if abuse is happening in the relationship, usually they're the abusers, right?
Wrong. First of all, there's a such thing as a bad boy, a good guy, and the guy that she keeps returning to. I just described three different guys. All of those guys have a different set of morals. Let's continue.
That you have to stick around and you're taking the easy way out by getting a divorce. The easy way out. That is the easy way out. And, people today, they can't stick it out and be strong and, create a marriage that's strong. They can't get through the tough times. The thing they don't understand is this isn't tough times they're putting us through, a lot of these men. It's straight up abuse, okay?
Wrong. Okay, let me say it this way. Men and women handle their problems in a different way. Ladies, when a man is stressed out about something, do you allow him his time to go figure it out, or do you try to make him talk? And if you try to make him talk, what usually happens? He's mad, because that's not how men handle situations. Women, yes, y'all talk. But men, we don't handle things like that. Anyway, let's continue, because let's continue.
Okay. There is a difference between going through hard times in a marriage and going through abuse. There's a difference, but these guys who watch the red pill content, they don't understand that. They look at abuse as just going through hard times. No.
Why is this woman lying like this? Like, men understand the difference between a hard time and being abusive. Like, there's not a lot of men just walking around slapping the taste out of women's mouths. Like, what is she talking about? Like, we understand, because the competition levels are completely different. Not only are you competing with your coworkers, you're also competing with AI. Now, think about why you're competing with them so hard in the first place. It's because you're trying to get this woman, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever it is she wants. And as a man, it takes finances to get it. Now, everybody is struggling. So when we talk about hard times, men understand the difference. The question is, does she? Let's continue. My bad, y'all.
You're being abusive. There is a huge difference. They don't get it. They don't get it. Just stick it out.
You know what? Because I interrupted her, let me go ahead and replay that whole thing back without me interrupting her at all. Here we go.
I just went down the rabbit hole of red pill content, and it's so crazy because the men who watch red pill content, they all have this same outlook where even if abuse is happening in the relationship, usually they're the abusers, right? That you have to stick around and you're taking the easy way out by getting a divorce. The easy way out. That is the easy way out. And, people today, they can't stick it out and be strong and, create a marriage that's strong. They can't get through the tough times. The thing they don't understand is this isn't tough times they're putting us through, a lot of these men. It's straight up abuse, okay? There is a difference between going through hard times in a marriage and going through abuse. There's a difference, but these guys who watch the red pill content, they don't understand that. They look at abuse as just going through hard times. No, you're being abusive. There is a huge difference. They don't get it. They don't get it. Just stick it out.
Just stick it out? Men are not telling other men to just stick it out. That is not what they're doing. In fact, this woman is lying to other women. This is why I always tell women, you got to be careful who you take advice from, because they may want to keep you single. They may be miserable and may want you to be miserable with them. The reason I'm saying this is because if she went down a rabbit hole of red pill content, how is she overlooking the cheating wives?
I don't think so. I think he's more of a work friend.
The women that are unloyal to their boyfriends or husbands. How is she overlooking how women are actually treating men? Meaning you're looking at him literally as a wallet. And the moment he cannot pay for something, or he no longer wants to pay for something, he's abusive or he's a brokey.
I'm dating a broke guy, and it really, really sucks because he has the best personality, hands down.
Guess what? 80 to 90% of the population is broke. Now, let's talk about the red pill, right? Red pill has an opposing view, which is blue pill. So, what is red pill? Red pill is truth or waking up. The blue pill is staying asleep or being okay, staying within ignorance. There's a difference between the two. Now, when men are looking at red pill content, it's probably because they're trying to figure out why their relationship ended or what actually happened. Like, what can he actually do better? Then you go through what's known as red pill rage, where you are mad because you realize that it actually wasn't your fault.
Catherine, I caught you once again cheating on me. All I want is my clothes and I will leave. May I please have my clothing items so I can get the hell out of the house?
I asked you to leave anyway.
I am leaving. Can I please have my clothes?
You can come back later.
No, I'm not coming back.
It was actually the woman because she decided that she was going to start dealing with a new guy, or she wanted to be back out in the streets because she was listening to a woman like this. Now, has the red pill destroyed some marriages? Well, I guess we can say it's destroyed some marriages. These men decided they wanted to be treated like a king. They wanted to be served. How can she overlook the women who will not cook for their husbands? How is she overlooking that? How is she overlooking the women who pin babies on men that are not the man that she is with? Meaning she's married to a man, but she's had so many affairs. She's cheated so much that none of the children are his. How is she overlooking that? She said that she went down a rabbit hole. Anytime somebody goes down a rabbit hole, that means they have watched a lot of content. Now, let's talk about the abusers versus tough times. Most men understand abusers, right? Now, when women say it, they're usually looking for some type of sympathy, or they're trying to make people think or react a certain way. For instance, the majority of men are not walking around slapping the taste out of women's mouths. That is not what is happening. In fact, when women say abuser, that word is being overused and is being used completely out of context because it's being described as something new every single day. Here's a few examples. Oh my gosh, he finally told me no. Oh my gosh, he raised his voice at me. Oh my gosh, he's not paying me attention like he used to. Oh my gosh, he said he didn't have any money today, or he didn't want to give me any money today. What did I just describe? Mentally abusive, verbally abusive, emotionally abusive, right? It doesn't stop. Like, there's a new term for abusers every single day. Now, why do men get into relationships with women? For sex, consistent sex. Now, what usually happens? The sex gets cut off. So guess what? He's probably going to have wandering eyes. Why? Because him looking at his woman, she'll get a wild hair up her ass and decide, I don't want you looking at me like that, because every time you look at me like that, I know exactly what you think. Now, tough times. Men understand tough times men understand tough times more than women do, because if we just look at gender roles, which are getting ready to go away, but let's just talk about gender roles really quick. Men are looked at as providers. For that man to be a provider, that means he has to go out into the world and compete with coworkers, compete with other companies, compete with AI. And guess what? If his wife or his spouse or his girlfriend is making more money, or somewhere close to the money that he's making, guess what? Now he's also in competition with her. Talking about tough times, men understand tough times better than women do, because men are looked at as the provider. Now, gender roles are getting ready to go away, but for right now, gender roles are here and men are looked at as providers. Now, the majority of men understand how hard it is, why times are actually tough, because everything is rising in price, meaning wherever you live, the price of that just went up. The price of groceries just went up. If you're going out, everything at the restaurants. Everything has just gone up. You know, went up a little bit, people's wages. There's not a lot of people that's making a whole bunch of money, right? Now, people throw out stats like 80%, meaning 80% of people are broke. 80% of people make under 50,000 a year. I'm sorry, the number, the average income, right, is 30 to 50,000 per year. Think about that. You got people out here that's pretending and faking the phone. This is why this is why game is ran on women, because they don't understand the numbers. Or if they do understand the numbers, maybe they think they found a sucker or they hit the lottery. But it's tough times for us all. Everybody is trying to figure out how to have a food budget, right? Your bill budget, your lifestyle budget. Everybody is trying to figure out what exactly to do. And it's frustrating, especially if you're dating, especially if you're in a relationship, because guess what? You know what women constantly say? Don't stop dating me. We have to still keep going out. We have to continue to date. We cannot just sit around and just get old. Guess what that means? More money being spent. That's what that means. So as far as tough times go, men definitely understand that. As I stated when she was talking, the way that men handle problems is completely different from how women handle problems. Now, I would say this, based on the book that I just read, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Women really need to go to therapy, especially when they get into a relationship, because it's important for them to understand the psychology of a man. And men probably need to go to actually understand women as well, because it's a completely different dynamic that neither one of us have really been able to grasp, understand, or even try to understand. Divorce is the easy way out. What she really should be saying is that divorce is a destructive way out, right? Women live life in easy mode or on easy mode, meaning they're going to be supported by another man, the government, or family. Somebody is going to help that woman out. So when it comes to a woman taking the easy way out, is way easier for the woman to get out of the relationship or marriage, especially marriage. That's what we're talking about. The reason why it's looked at as an easy way out for the woman is because she didn't put in the hard work to actually make the money. Here's an example, because I know that there's always an exception to the rule. I know that there are women who make more money than their men. So when that relationship or marriage ends, guess what? She's the one that has to pay the ex-husband. Here are the examples that I'm talking about. Tyreek Hill, the man was married for, let's say, less than 2 to 3 years. I think it was more like a year, but I'm gonna give myself some grace. I believe he was married for under 2 years. The payout that this woman is getting for being married to him for such a short period of time is crazy. We understand he's gonna pay child support, but the other things that he has to pay is insane. Now, here's another guy. If this were to ever happen, if we were to see LeBron James and Savannah get divorced, the majority of us wouldn't feel no type of way, because we'd look at the situation and say, you know what? She was with him for a long time. What is the difference? The difference is the time that was spent with that person. Now, here's the other thing why men tell women to stick it out. You're going to create the same problems with another person. So why put another human being through that? For instance, if a woman has 10 kids and she has 7 different baby daddies, why would you want to bring another man into all of that? Nobody's telling her to stick it out when she's being abused, especially if it's physical. The reason why I'm saying that this woman is intentionally misleading other women is because she said she went down a rabbit hole. When you go down a rabbit hole, that means you watched a lot of different videos. If you've watched a lot of different videos, there is no way you can come to the conclusion of sticking it out or not understanding the difference between a hard time and an abuser. Those are two completely different things. The issue is a lot of women, not all women, but a lot of women decide that they want to take the victim approach. So the easiest way to be the victim is to use the word abuse. But you know what? Maybe I'm tripping. Let me know what you think. Comment your thoughts under this video. Now, if you like this video, trust me, you're gonna love this next video, so click it.